Hi there, this is Shrikant Sare. So in this lesson, we are going to learn how to construct nested if statements here. Okay, so in the last three lessons, we have learned about so how the syntax of nested if works here. Okay, so similar like if else and else if ladders. So in this lesson, we are going to build so how to to build a program using a nested if construct here. Okay, so nested if is nothing but so if you enclose an if statement within an if statement, then that becomes the nested if here. Okay, so before going into learn about nested if syntax, so this is my YouTube channel, the Sari Tuts here. Okay, so you find here a whole lot of programming tutorials on C++, C, data structures. Okay, so if you go to playlists option, you have wide variety of learning material. I urge you to subscribe to this channel and feel free to comment on the tutorials, whatever you feel here. Okay, so let me launch the IDE. Okay, so I'm just adding the basic header file stuff here. Okay, so hash include I was stream. Okay, so using so namespace std, so into main all the basic stuff. Okay, scene.get to make the output stand still until the okay. So here I am taking to demonstrate how to construct a nested if statement. I am just taking a simple variable like foo here. Okay, so here our idea is to have uh, so nested if statements, and to find out whether the number is even or odd, or whether it's positive or negative, everything within the nested if structure here. Okay, so I'm just putting a comment here, nested if demo. Okay, so I've just taken a variable int foo. So let me grab some input to it. Before that, I'm just adding a message here just for understanding purpose. Slash and slash t. So enter. So enter some value for foo. Okay. So after that, you can have your cin statement. You can say directly cin foo. Okay. So now let's take our if condition here. Okay. So if foo is greater than 0. Okay. So if foo is greater than 0, so you can say something like this. Let's say cout slash and slash t. So it's a positive integer. Okay, so just to have a message. Okay, so now within this if block, so if you can have as many as if else constructs or simple if constructs or if else if ladders, so whatever according to your convenient. So if you put another if block within this if block, so ultimately that becomes the nested if structure here. Okay, so now I am okay. So we forgot to end with semicolon here. Okay, so now I'm taking another if statement here. So now I'm saying that, so if foo, okay, so if foo percentage 2 is equal to 0, so then we can conclude that it's a even number here. Okay, so that's the reason I have taken so it's an or else you can say message more particular, it's even in nature. Okay, so just whatever the message you want, you can put it right there. Okay, so with for this if condition, you can have an else block here. Okay, so for this if condition, this else block applies for this particular if condition here. Okay, so in that I'm writing that so if it's not divisible by 2, then it will be ultimately the number will be an odd number. Okay, so that's what I'm going to write. Okay, so it's odd in nature. Okay, so it's odd in nature. Sorry, excuse me. So now we have done with a nested if within an if statement here. Okay, so for this the very beginning if statement, also we need to have an else block here. Okay, so this else block applies for the very beginning if condition. Okay, So this, okay, so else block applies for this if statement, and this else block applies for this if statement here, okay. So you need not be confused here. So in this else block, we are again going to have a message here. Let's say cout /n/t only positive integer. So this message is going to get displayed when if you enter a negative integer here, okay. So only positive, so integer please, okay. So whatever the message you want, you can put here, okay. And now let me run the program until this instance here. So let's see what happens. Asks for some value for the foo as we have taken, so I'm just entering 1, okay. Oh my goodness, I forgot to add this. It's taking this input f flush. Let's put it as f flush such that our buffer will be cleared, okay. So f flush std in, okay. So let's run the program. So it's asking for some value for the foo. Let's enter 1 here, okay. So it says that it's a positive integer, okay. So that's because so as soon as you are entering the 1, it compares with this first if condition. So since 1 is greater than 0, the condition is true and it enters in the if block here, okay. So within that if block, again we have another condition. Again it checks with this second nested if condition here, okay. So it says that foo percentage excuse me. So 1%2 is never equal to 0 since 1 is an odd number. So it's again it fails, condition fails, and it jumps to the else block here. So we have a message, it's odd in nature, okay. So that's what we have got printed here, okay. So that's what we have got printed here, okay. So that's what we have got printed here, and then and that's the reason we are getting here it's odd in nature here, okay. So and the last we have another else condition here, okay. So this else is for this if condition here, okay. So if you run the program for one more time, if you enter a negative integer, so it says the message only positive integer please here, okay. So that's the reason we are getting so this message here, okay. So as soon as you enter a negative number, what happens here is in our program, the condition here it checks with if true, if -1. So if you enter -1, the -1 is not greater than 0. So ultimately this condition fails and it jumps back to the this else part here, okay. Okay. So that's the reason you are getting a positive integer please message here, okay. So in this way, so you can keep on adding so as many as nested if like statements within your if conditions. So if you're crazy enough, you can go too far to many levels down, okay. So within this if sorry, so within this if block, again you can have another if condition here if you're crazy enough, and you can keep on adding like that. According that depends upon your requirement here, okay. So in this way you can build the nested if conditions. Let's run for one more time here. So let's add 6, okay. It's positive integer and it's even in nature here, okay. So this is the way so how the nested if statements, so nested if statements work here, okay. So feel free to comment on this tutorial if whatever you feel about the content or presentation, or the way I do the lecture in the form of a comment in YouTube, okay. So you're all welcome. So see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.